to introduce on to the stage is sort of the mind behind the event. He is the organizer who has put together this show for you. He is famous for organizing the Halal Food Fest Mississauga over the years. He's been working for 15 years in order to bring communities together. He hosted the first ever Canada-Pakistan trade exhibition. He is the recipient of the Top Sales Award for Edgewood Greens by Plateau and President's Club Award from Cityscape. He is none other than the President of Universal Promotions. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Amir Shamsi.
Assalamu alaikum and happy 70th Pakistan Independence Day celebrations. Even that, it's good to be proud of it. As Khadija said, it's been 15 years that Universal Promotions been hosting events starting from Khyber to Mehran when Mr. Ali Iqbal was the Consul General. Then the journey goes on. Thanks to all of you, जो आप सब यहाँ आए हैं, all sponsors, all the guests, जिनकी वजह से we can keep doing these things. So बहुत सारी तालियां आप सबके लिए please. आज की तकरीब जो है हमारे chief guest of honor, a great man. He is a big businessman and a leader from Pakistan. Not only his name is well known in Pakistan but across the world in business industries. और जिस Canada Pakistan Expo की बात खदीजा ने की, it was not possible to start with his blessings, and actually he was the one who made sure that this thing happens with his own efforts and with his own dedication. And I want to make sure that please put your hands together for our dear Mr. S.M. Munir Bhajam, who came from Pakistan. आज की इस तकरीब में सबसे पहले तो मेरी माँ की दुआएं, मेरे वाले साहब की दुआएं, थैंक यू मॉम एंड डैड टू बी हियर. और उसके बाद आप स्पॉन्सर्स, आप लोगों का, पूरी टीम का, टीम हिफ्ज़ मुझे कहना चाहूँगा, दे हैव डन अ ग्रेट जॉब. अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर द होल टीम, दे हैव डन अ ग्रेट जॉब. पाकिस्तान का 70वां साल and is getting stronger and stronger in Canada-Pakistan friendship. Bhajan knows about it that since we started the exhibition from 2009, we have done very good strengthening the ties between Canada and Pakistan in trade. And Bhajan can speak about it. We had something coming up this year, लेकिन वो हो ना सका, उसकी वजह भी Bhajan आपको बताएंगे. I'm really honored to be here with all the council from Mississauga. So is here, so thank you very much for coming. I'm grateful to all my friends, Ikra Khalid Sahaba MP, she's here, thank you so much for being here. Shafiq Qadri Saab, MPP, but he also been a great friend to the community for the last, I don't know, 100 years. Looks like you've been with the community because you've always been there and you're a great support for the community. We also have here Deepika Dharmela, the Minister of Seniors. So that you get to know her, she's Minister of Seniors. Also, this whole program is brought to you by Flood Developments. Shakir, thank you very much for being a part of it. I really appreciate it. Sponsors के नाम नहीं है, लेकिन there are few people I have to say because again to bring 500 people it was not possible. So I will take a few minutes to say about the people who have made this possible here. First, a round of applause for Capital Banquet Center, Mr. Irfan, Major Irfan sir, because today I give a lot of pressure and we keep adding people and he was just smiling and telling me tenu baache dikhanga main. So thank you very much Irfan bhai for Miss Karen also from the council. Karen, thank you so much. Sorry, I met so many times I never met you. So next time taking for coffee I will remember you. I said that from beginning, Salma Thala. मुझे मरवा नहीं मुझे पता है Salma Baji, I'm introducing her too, and she was the first one invited her for the. Salma Baji is a proud of from Pakistani. She's the first Pakistani South Asian senator in the House. Baji, thank you so much for coming. Baki, if I've left anyone, my great friends are there, my sponsors, Watan Kebab is sitting here. And we have a great gift from Habib Karim Bank today. Muslim Bhai, thank you very much for coming. All the friends are here. I just want to mention a few things. That this event was possible because with all the support of the community and from my sponsors, plus the team who has done it. I think I said it already, it's a repeat to it. But thank you very much. I will come back and talk about it more about the event. I'm so honored that Bhajan was here for this event and we can put it together. And last thank to my wife actually, Kalia, Zainab. I just remembered to go back home. Or you text me, Muslim bhai. You have to say other Muslim. So thank you very much for everyone being here. We have friends from Pakistan. Bhajan Tipuri, mashallah, from Pakistan. There are a lot of businessmen here. Noor Bhai, Naved Bukhari, Apna Usman, Anjum Nisar sir. Well, thank you everyone. And inshallah, enjoy the show. We have a great show. And also, you know, after the sit-down dinner, we will have JAWAD AHMED. JAWAD AHMEd from. Thank you very much, and inshallah we'll keep in touch. My job is to introduce, we're great. I would like to introduce, as I said earlier, that she is the first South Asian to be part of the Senate, and she has made not only just the Pakistanis proud, but the South Asian community proud for the work she has done, put together for everyone in the Senate and for the community. Please put your hands together. बहुत सारी तालियों में our dear Senator Salma Atawallah Jan. While she's here, I want to just say something that we have a great friend who's running for Misaga Malton from Missouri, where she's here. I want to make sure that she stands. Please, Ms. Rajinder Manas stands for a second. Bahut sari taaliyan Rajinder ke liye. She's a great friend of the community and the community is supporting you. Thank you so much, Captain Sahab, for coming.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. And thank you everyone for being here and supporting Amir as I am too. I'm very happy to be celebrating the 70th Independence Day here in Toronto because I had gone to Vancouver for the celebrations. I was in Vancouver last year and I promised the community that I would come back next year, so I had to keep my promise. आपको पता है हम पठान लोग जो हैं तो हम अपने वादे के पक्के हैं. You know, I was very happy. A few years ago when I had gone, there was about 15,000 Pakistani origin Canadians in Vancouver. This year it was 30,000. And they do a really nice event by the water, downtown Vancouver, and the Pakistani flag flies high with the Canadian flag. So we celebrated Canada's 150th and Pakistan's 70th. So, you know, they like me there, I keep going there, and we also have a Pushtun Council General, and by that, I can't say no to him. So anyway, I am here to read Andrew Scheer's message. And the message is, I am delighted to extend my warmest greetings to all those attending this evening's celebration to mark the 70th anniversary of Pakistan's independence. Canada is home to a vibrant community of Canadians of Pakistani heritage who enrich our country with their hard work, skill and culture. This special commemoration of Pakistani independence is an opportunity to highlight those contributions and the long-standing friendship between Canada and Pakistan. The Conservative Party is proudly represented in the Pakistani community by Senator Salma Atawallah Jan, Canada's first senator of Pakistani origin. On behalf of Canada's official opposition, I am honored to join you in marking the special milestone anniversary I commend the organizers of this exceptional event and offer my very best wishes for a memorable celebration. Sincerely, Andrew Scheer, MP, Leader of the Official Opposition. So I would like to present this to you. Thank you for that Pashto tune. I don't know how many people will recognize that. And I'm also looking forward to a few Pashto songs. Varna aapko pata hai, hum zara sa wo problem ho jayega na. On behalf of the Senate of Canada, I would like to present this certificate to Ahmed Shamsi of Universal Promotions. I just presented Ahmed with a special pin that was made to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Canada. I would also like to take the opportunity of acknowledge my friend, my colleague, Ikra. Ikra and myself work together. My younger brother, though thanks to hair, my hair is not as white as yours. Shafiq, Deepika, who we were just exchanging notes, and I realized I've known Deepika for over 20 years. So I'm very happy to be here with you. We have a couple of candidates. Oh, and Sue's here too, Sue. Nice to see you. Musarat, and we've got Khalid who are running for the Provincial Conservatives. So Amir, I thank you for letting me be a part of this evening. And we're here to celebrate Pakistan. Pakistan Zindabad, Canada Paindabad.
Thank you so much, Senator, for those kind words. I would also like to acknowledge that MP Salma Zahid just joined us. Thank you so much for coming. Once again, I would like to thank all our sponsors, Flatter Developments and Universal Promotions, and our main sponsors, Taza, Watan Kebab, Medina Seminary, Habib Canadian Bank. Thank you so much. The next person who we have lined up is a personal favorite in this crowd, I believe. She is an avid believer in building strong communities and giving back to society. Throughout her life, she has been a strong advocate for equality and fairness. And she has proven her dedication to the community and her leadership capabilities time and time again. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Member of Provincial Parliament, Ikra Khalid.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Come on, how many events have you guys been with me? Are we going to try it one more time and you're going to be loud and you're going to show us how we celebrate Pakistan Independence Day? Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Okay, I know you haven't had dinner yet. You'll be okay. Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me here today. It's an honor and a privilege to always come out and to speak my thoughts, my words on what it means to be together, to be a community. And this year, I had a lot of thoughts. because this year we celebrated Canada's 150th birthday. And this year we are celebrating Pakistan's 70th independence. When I think about the jazba and the junoon that we feel for the lands that we live in, for the pride that we share in our nation, whether it be Canada, or it be Pakistan, or it be India, as I was celebrating Indian independence today earlier, or whether it be the Filipino community that I celebrated yesterday, or any other nation, that we as Canadians do share cultural identity with. I wonder, what is it that keeps that love, that keeps that tapish alive inside of us? What makes us love our country? Pakistan has a very bloody history in how it was made. We celebrate the independence of a nation. We celebrate the creation of a nation that was founded on the principle that our diversity is our strength and that minority rights matter. We here in Canada celebrate our diversity as our strength, and we here in Canada acknowledge that our minorities matter. In fact, our Charter of Rights and Freedoms ensures that. So when we celebrate Canada's 150th years of Confederation, we acknowledge what our history is. We acknowledge that we are today currently standing on the lands of the Mississaugas of the New Credit, which is our indigenous communities here before immigrant communities came and moved into Canada. So can we please have a round of applause for the indigenous communities here, please? That was very dramatic. So Pakistan is another country that is based on minorities, and what we see around the world, a sense of extremism, of extreme thought, it is something that is troubling for me. As many of you know, earlier this year, I had the honor to present and table a motion in Ottawa, trying to understand why there's racism in Canada when we are such an open and diverse community, and we are. We, for the most part, really do celebrate each other. We look at the merits of each other, and we really belong together in this country, and we are united by the love of this great country. So when I tabled this motion, lo and behold, I felt a little friend, a little hatred coming forward, and I wasn't sure why. And I also felt the love coming from many, many different communities who wanted to reach out to me and show me that I matter, that this is my home, and that this place is a place that I belong to. Just as all of you in this room belong to this beautiful nation that is Canada. So when I talk about Canada's 150 years, and Pakistan's 70 years, and India's 70 years, and all of these other countries who have existed for so long, I talk about the strength of that country. And the strength of any country are the people of that country, are the unity, the united efforts of that country to bring progress. And it is that unity and that commitment that I always see when I see the Pakistani community, when I come out and I engage and I get to know all of you, and I feel the love flowing not just towards me but to each other. And when we see outside climate of hate, of fear, I think that it is obligatory upon us to make sure that we speak out against it. When we see intolerance happening to others, it is our duty as Canadians to speak out and to really show Canadians and the world how strong we are, because we value our minorities, because we value our diversity, because we have the ability to use our diversity as our strength, and that is our beautiful Canada. So with that, I myself have faced challenges, and I'm sure many of you have. So in these 150 years of Canadian Confederation, these 70 years of of Pakistani birth, I think that we've learned a lot of lessons, and one lesson that I think must remain true as we reflect upon the years that we've had of existence is that we must work together in anything that we do. And with that, I encourage you to get to know your neighbors and to really spread the love. Let this 70th year of Pakistani independence and 150 years of Canadian Confederation be the time that we really start to be proactive in how we are perceived, in how we engage, and how we stand united. Thank you all very, very much.
Thank you so much, Ikra. Next, who we have again is a very important member of our community. She is passionate and engaged, and she has a strong background in governance and public policy. And she has a massive portfolio, whether it be health and long-term care, infrastructure, citizenship, you name it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage MP of Scarborough Centre, Salma Zahir.
Assalamu alaikum, good evening. I thought I was late, but I made it in time here. आप सबको मेरी तरफ से on behalf of Government of Canada, जश्न आज़ादी मुबारक हो. Thanks to Honorable Deepika Damalla, my colleague Senator Salma Taula Jan, Ikra Khalid, Member of Parliament for Mississauga Reynolds, and our friend and one of ours, Member of Provincial Parliament, Dr. Shafiq Qadri, और प्यारे बहन भाइयों, आप सबको 70th इंडिपेंडेंस डे की बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद। ये मुल्क पाकिस्तान जो आज से 70 साल पहले ग्लोब पे आया, बहुत कुर्बानियों के बाद हासिल हुआ है। और जैसे कि मेरी ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स, माई पेरेंट्स, जिस तरह वो बताते थे कि जितनी कुर्बानियाँ उस वक़्त लोगों ने दी और ये मुल्क हासिल किया। मेरी नानी हमेशा मुझे ये कहती थी कि तुम लोग इस बात का कभी एहसास नहीं कर सकते कि आज़ाद मुल्क में सांस लेना कितनी बड़ी नेमत है, क्योंकि वो लोग उससे गुजरे थे, वो लोग उसका एहसास कर सकते थे। तो आज हम पर ये लाजिम है कि जो मुल्क इतनी कुर्बानियों के बाद हासिल हुआ है, उसकी तरक्की के लिए हम बेशक 7 समुंदर पार हैं, लेकिन हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं। जो भी कर सकते हैं हमें याद करना चाहिए कि वो हम पूरा करेंगे। I hope everyone is with me on that. This is a very special year because we are all here in Canada. We came at different paths, different years. Some people came here 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Our community is comparatively new here in Canada as compared to many other communities. But we have all called Canada our home, and we all take pride in calling ourselves Canadians. But I think our identity, our roots will remain to Pakistan. My children, whenever if someone asks them who you are, they say, we are Canadian Muslims of Pakistani origin. They say that with pride, and we have to make sure that pride remains. In Canada, we are very lucky that our diversity, the culture and heritage which we brought here, we can preserve that. And at the same time, we all come together and live as Canadians. This is our diversity, and this diversity is making Canada the envy of the world. I think we need to preserve that identity which we brought here. And today, I started my day with a flag raising of the Indian flag at the Nathan Phillips Square, and after that I was at the Scarborough Muslim Association in my riding, and then at one Tamil event, and then with some Bengali community members, and here I am. This is what Canada is. People have called Canada their home from all parts of the globe. This year, as we celebrate the 70th Independence Day of Pakistan, the fabric of this country. Although comparatively we are a newer community, if you compare it with many other nations, but Pakistanis have been successful in all walks of life. And this is because of all of you. Whenever there has been a need to come together as a community, all of you have come. Me and Ikra, we are examples of that. In 2015, when there was a need that the community comes together, makes sure that our people come out and vote. You did that, and we saw the results. We have made great strides in political atmosphere in this country. Whatever walk of life, whether it is medicine or teaching or being a bureaucrat or business, Pakistanis have been successful in all walks of life. So as we live together here in Canada, I think it's important that we commit ourselves to what we can do being here and do for Pakistan. Because love for Pakistan will always remain here in our hearts, wherever we go, wherever we live. पाकिस्तान की याद हमेशा आती रहेगी और हम लोग हमेशा इसी तरह मिलकर पाकिस्तान की खुशियों को सेलिब्रेट करते रहेंगे. So thanks to all of you for all your support. Whenever you have been called, you have acted upon it, and I hope this will not stop here. This is just a beginning. A lot more has to be done. We have to make sure that our children and our grandchildren can cherish this diversity and be successful here or any other part of the world. So thank you once again, and thanks to Amir Shamsi and Zainab for putting this event together and providing an opportunity for all of us to come together to celebrate the Independence Day of Pakistan as well as Eid. So I have a small token of appreciation if Amir Bhai and Zainab can come and accept that.
So the next person who I'm going to call on stage, I'm very excited. I get very excited when there's a message coming from the Premier to us. So the next person who I'm going to invite, she's a member of Provincial Parliament as well as the Minister of Senior Affairs as proclaimed by the Premier. And she has a message for us from the Premier herself. Please welcome on stage Deepika Dumarla.
आज आप सबको पाकिस्तान के 70वें जश्न आज़ादी पे बहुत बहुत मुबारक. I also want to recognize some dignitaries, starting with my very close friend, a man I consider a hero, Shakir Rahmatullah of Flado Developments, who's made this evening possible. And Amir Shamsi, President of Universal Promotions, and his lovely wife, Mrs. Shamsi, for organizing this event. I also want to recognize our chief guest, who has come all the way from Pakistan, S.M. Munirji, Chairman of Dean Group, who is with love and affection called Bhaijan. भाईजान जी आपको ये जान के बहुत आई होप खुशी होगी कि मिसिसागा में आपके नाम से एक रेस्टोरेंट भी है, भाईजान्स करके, so you're always welcome. I also want to recognize my fellow elected colleagues, Ikra Khalid, Member of Parliament for Erin Mills, Salma Zayed, Member of Parliament for Scarborough, and Senator Salma Abdullah-Jan, which is true. We have known each other for 20 years, but I was 10 years old when I first met Salma. I just want to make that clear. And of course, my colleague, it's such a privilege to work with him at Queen's Park, which is the very beloved Dr. Shafiq Qadri, MVP for Etobicoke North. I also want to recognize Councillors Karen Rass and Sue McFadden. It's lovely to be here. I just want to begin by saying that, pick up something that Salma said. कि देखिए ये जो पाकिस्तान है ना, ये एक मिसाल है, वो इस चीज़ की मिसाल है कि एक ख्वाब जिसको पूरी दुनिया ने कहा था कि नामुमकिन है, उसको पूरा करके दिखाया। और जिन कुर्बानियों को लेके ये ख्वाब पूरा गया, अगली पीढ़ी, हम सब की ये जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि हम एक ऐसा देश बनाए पाकिस्तान कि वो उस कुर्बानियों के लायक हो। ये सबसे अहम चीज़ है। ये बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है क्योंकि लोगों ने अपने जीवन की कुर्बानी की है। एक ख्वाब था कि एक हम ऐसा देश बनाएंगे जहाँ पे लोग खुशी से तरक्की करके रहें, और उस ख्वाब के लिए उन्होंने अपने जीवन की कुर्बानी की है। तो ये तो हमारी जिम्मेदारी बनती है, हमारी फर्ज बनती है कि हम उस कुर्बानी के लायक हों। और अगर हम आज इधर ये 70वें साल की जो सालगिरह मना रहे हैं, ये इसी कारण मना रहे हैं। यही तो अहम चीज़ है। देखिए, एक मुल्क की जिंदगी में 70 साल कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं है, लेकिन कम भी तो नहीं है। It is a big achievement कि कहाँ people said that it is not possible that Pakistan will be created, and today we are celebrating the 70th anniversary of the creation of Pakistan. So my heartfelt congratulations to all of you. The other thing that the Pakistani community has so much to be proud of, क्योंकि आपने ये दिखा दिया है कि अगर माहौल ठीक हो तो आप दुनिया में कहीं पे भी जाके कामयाब हो सकते हैं। और सबसे ज़्यादा आपने कनाडा, स्पेशली ओंटारियो में ये दिखा दिया, चाहे बिजनेस की तौर हो, चाहे कम्युनिटी बिल्डिंग हो, चाहे लोकल हॉस्पिटल के लिए फंड रेजिंग करें, चाहे पॉलिटिक्स हो, आप कहीं भी देखें पाकिस्तानी लोग हाजिर हैं। ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। आप आपका सर ऊंचा करके फख्र के साथ कह सकते हैं कि आपने इस देश में यू हैव मेड अ डिफरेंस। कितने कम समय में आपने कम्युनिटी के लिए नाम बना लिया। सो आई वांट टू कंग्रेचुलेट यू ऑन दैट। आखिर में मैं आपकी बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ क्योंकि आपने मुझे इतना प्रेम, इतना मोहब्बत दिया है और कभी गैर नहीं समझा है, और इसके लिए मैं आपको बता नहीं सकती मैं आपकी कितनी शुक्रगुजार हूँ, और ये बात मेरे दिल के लिए कितनी अहम है क्योंकि इस कम्युनिटी ने जितनी मोहब्बत मुझे दी है, जितनी इज्जत मुझे दी है, और किसी कम्युनिटी ने नहीं दी है। मैं साफ सच कह रही हूँ, इसके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ, और ये मेरी कामना है, ये मेरी आशा है कि मैं इस फ्रेंडशिप, इस दोस्ती के काबिल रहूँगी आज और कल भी। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। और अभी एक बार पाकिस्तान के लिए जयकार हो जाए। पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान। Now I would like to invite Dr. Qadri, Mr. Shafiq, Mr. Rahmatullah, and Mr. Shamsi to the stage so that we can present the Premier's greetings.
Thank you so much, MPP and all the dignitaries who came on stage. It's time for a little bit of entertainment, and keeping in line with the theme of today, Jasn-e-Azadi of Pakistan, I would like to invite Tanveer on stage, who will be performing musical numbers representing the province of Sindh and Punjab. So please give a round of applause for Tanveer.
Assalamualaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Happy 70th Independence Day of Pakistan. I'm going to perform Sindh and Punjab folk music, and later KPK and Balochistan. Punjab, the folk music of province of Punjab.
Thank you so much, Sabir Bhai. It's time for us to recognize somebody who's very important to our community. He's a personal favorite. I love the way he talks. He's very eloquent. Apart from that, he serves as Parliamentary Assistant to the Minister of Citizenship and Immigration. He is a very, very strong advocate of quality public health care, education, diversity, and a just society. Please give a huge round of applause to MPP Dr. Shafiq Qadri of Etobicoke North.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم معزز خواتین و حضرات جشن آزادی مبارک. At the outset, I would of course like to recognize my colleagues in government, the Honorable Senator Salma Ataullah Hero Rahmatullah, my colleague in the Federal House, Ikra Khalid and Salma Zahid, as well as of course Minister Deepika Demela. दीपिका हम आपके बहुत शुक्रगुजार हैं कि आपने इतनी खूबसूरत अल्फाज अपना प्यार इजहार किया आज. And I think it's particularly remarkable and commendable and memorable given all the various responsibilities that we have on a day-to-day basis. आपने वादा किया था मेरे साथ. I want to say that this has been a beautiful time for Pakistan. वैसे एक बात है, इस हॉल में पहुंचकर मुझे समझ ये नहीं आ रही है कि हम यौम आज़ादी बना रहे हैं, यौम दिफा बना रहे हैं, 23 मार्च बना रहे हैं, हम क्या बना रहे हैं आजकल. But I know that this is a very special day and we're in a very special crowd. जिन्होंने पाकिस्तानी कैनेडियन का नाम इस मुल्क में बुलंद किया है, वो सब इस कमरे में मौजूद हैं. So I want to salute all of you who have done your part to that. Whether it's in business or medicine or politics, the arts, and so much more. I want to as well recognize हमारे जो nation builder जो हमारी टेबल पे ही बैठे हैं, सबके भाईजान मिस्टर एस.एन. मुनीर भाई, आपकी इजाज़त के साथ में एक छोटा सा वाक़या शेयर करना चाहूँगा ऑडियंस के साथ. आपके भाई भी बैठे हैं और तमाम सब आपके भाई हैं. इस वक्त हम आपके घर में बैठे थे कराची और ससुर साहब एम.ए. ख्वाजा अशरफ साहब और मेरी सालगिरह और मुल्क की भी सालगिरह मनाई जा रही थी. एंड मुनीर भाई नोज कि हमारे वालिद साहब मालूम ही वाज अ न्यूक्लियर साइंटिस्ट और उनको पता है कि आई हैव ऑब्वियसली एन इंटरेस्ट इन न्यूक्लियर फिजिक्स एंड दैट होल एरिया. तो उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा, शफीक भाई आप इस वक्त डॉक्टर अब्दुल कदीर खान से मिलना चाहेंगे? just like that, जैसे कोई डिजर्ट का हिस्सा है. And of course I said yes. And पूरी बारात वहाँ से निकली, फौज को उन्होंने इधर उधर किया, कर्नल साहब से मिला, इजाज़त ली, and we were within probably 20 minutes in the living room of Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, which was one of the highlights of my trip to Pakistan. मुनीर भाई, इसी तरह आप करते रहे, कितने लोगों के सामने मिसाल है, and we want to salute you and your family and all that you do, whether it is through TDAP or personally or through the Deen group. आखिर में यौम आज़ादी पाकिस्तान पाइंदाबाद कहकर मैं I can't resist. आमिर भाई ने भी मुल्क तो 70 साल हो गए, मुझे अभी आज ही पता चला के जरिए कि मैं 100 साल से भी पाकिस्तान का हमदर्द हूँ. सेनेटर सलमा ने भी थोड़ा सा छेड़ा, तो आपकी इजाज़त के साथ मैं सिर्फ जवाब ये दे सकता हूँ और ये भी ठंडा मुल्क में रह के समझ आती है कि बहरहाल अगर छत पे बर्फ जमी हुई है, ये ना सोचना कि जोरदार आग अंदर नहीं चल रही है. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
Thank you so much, MVP, and a very happy belated birthday. Next, we would like to call on stage somebody who was recognized by the senator before. He is the president of Flato Development, but not just that, he is a philanthropist and has a great deal of interest in the arts and giving back to the community. So I would like to invite Mr. Sabir Gaya onto stage to share a few words with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. I'm going to be very short and to the point. At this event, we are celebrating the independence of Pakistan. And I think this is a great opportunity for us to basically promise ourselves and say, we have come here and we're living in Canada, we're blessed to live in Canada. And as Canadians of Pakistani origin, just one message I always give out to all the people I meet is that I think it's our duty to basically let all the Canadians know that when we've come here from Pakistan, we live here as Canadians, but in our blood, yes, we do have Pakistan with us all the time. But we need to prove to them, we need to show to them that, not just by saying it, by proving it to them that we're good people, we're hardworking people, we give back to the communities where we live, and we're smart people, we pay our taxes, and we add value to the society over here. We're not here to take things away from them, but we are here to add to the Canadian communities. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And last thing I would like to say, and I would like to thank my great friend Amir Shamsi, who's a great friend, great brother. I've never seen anybody else from the Pakistani community who works so hard, always working hard to make things happen. And Bhaijan, thank you so much for blessing this event. And as Mr. Esther Munir is my mentor, I've learned so many things from him. When I started my company, he was there with me, and he's mentored to many, many Pakistanis who are living here, who are working here. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much. I just got word that another very important community member, dignitaries, just came into the crowd. He's a Canadian politician and community activist who is the leader of the Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario and elected member of Provincial Parliament for Simcoe North. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Patrick Brown.
Very much. It's a real privilege to be here. I'm joined by a number of our Ontario PC candidates, Khalid, Sharif, and Saima, all joining me on stage tonight. We wanted to be here for this very important Pakistan Independence Day celebration in Mississauga. But may I just point out, first of all, Senator Selma, who I served with in Ottawa, and such an incredible public servant. It's always great to be here with you tonight. Selma introduced me to Pervez, and because I know Pervez, I'm very lucky because his daughter helps run my office now. So Malaika is here tonight, and you want to have a strong office, you get a brilliant young Pakistani Canadian to work in your office, and you're in good shape. And I am lucky for Malaika's hard work. I wanted to thank the organizer, Amir Shamsi, and the team at Universal Promotions who make this celebration the success that it is. You know, as we reflect on 70 years, we reflect not only of the accomplishments of Pakistan, but we reflect on the community here in Canada. And Canada is stronger, Ontario is stronger, Mississauga is stronger for the vibrant, dynamic Pakistani community we have. And I think we're very lucky in Canada to have this growing population. On a personal note, I feel a real affinity with the community. I represented the riding of Barrie for a number of years, and when you think of Barrie, you probably don't think of a large Pakistani community, but there is a small one, and they were very dear to me, and I work closely with them. And The community, when we had the floods back in 2010, said to me, Patrick, will you go to Pakistan and see what you can get the government to do to help with aid? And I made my first trip to Pakistan in 2010, and I fell in love with it. I visited Karachi, I visited Lahore, and as I left Pakistan, I said to myself, I can't wait till I can go back, because it wasn't a long enough of a visit. And last year, I actually went back again. There was a lot of concern in the Pakistani community that we had high-profile politicians saying that Pakistan wasn't safe. And I know our Consul General and High Commissioner at the time said to me, if senior politicians are saying it's not safe and putting warnings on Pakistan, what message does that send to the open, friendly country we have? And they said, well, you go and send a very strong signal that it is a beautiful country. And I said, absolutely, it'd be my honor to go back. And I went back to Pakistan, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful visit last January. And I went to Lahore again, and I learned this. If you haven't been to Lahore, you haven't been born. And now I've been to Lahore twice, so I guess I've been born twice. I also wanted to say it's a pretty special year in the community, given the fact that the champion trophy in cricket was won by Pakistan. So not a bad way to celebrate Pakistan at 70, but I wanted to be here tonight to recognize the community, and also because I can't say no to Pervez. When Pervez invites you to an event, you automatically come. But I wanted to come with our Ontario PC team to present a certificate on behalf of the official opposition to the organizers, just to say thank you for putting this on, and know that we're eager and willing and excited to work with your community and find new ways to make Ontario and Mississauga an even stronger, more vibrant place to live, to raise a family, to build a business, and have a wonderful life. So if I could ask Amir to come up, and I can present this certificate.
I have to help Pervez after all, otherwise I can't take this. Pervez, please come on stage. I have a small request. As the leader of opposition, Mr. Patrick Brown is here. I would request right now for a small picture up on stage by Salman Talla Jan and Munir Bhajan. Bhajan, please, if you can take 2 minutes, come on stage. Please. Mr. Rahmatullah Shakir, please join us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. happy Independence Day to everybody. Everybody's here. I would like to take the opportunity to say thanks to my good friends Sue McFadden and Karen Ras. They put a special nice Pakistani dress and came all the way here to celebrate with us. And I just like to say thank you to Ahmed and Shakir. Ahmed is one of the community man. When he wants, he can get to 10,000 people in a few minutes. So he's amazing. And because of Shakir and Amir, they arranged this thing in the last minute and they asked me, can we get Patrick down here? And you know that Patrick is our celebrity, is our leader these days. He's so busy. Today he had about 6 events and I asked him in the last minute, Patrick, can you come for a few minutes? He shot in another event and he came all the way here to pay us love and respect. And I remember there's a couple of years ago we were in Queen's Park and Patrick asked me, Pervez, you see this wall? I want to put one Pakistani MPP picture over there. And I told him, Patrick, I'll try my best to get one candidate at least, but because of his love and encouragement, today we have two. We have a Khalid Rashid and Sama Musarraf. And when he showed love and respect, community responded in the same way. Recently, Patrick hosted a iftar dinner and we had 1,100 record people in Canadian history. Any leader did a iftar ever. And now, as we just mentioned about that, when Patrick was, our leader, Senator Salma Talajan, asked me that Patrick is going to India, so let's request him, and High Commissioner also. Patrick was all planned for months and months in advance. The last minute I went to this gentleman and asked him, Patrick, can you go also in Pakistan? Last minute he changed his itinerary and he went to Pakistan. So thank you so much, Patrick. And the other thing is, Patrick is hosting another grand Eid dinner in Durham and also in Mississauga. So you are all invited. Thank you so much.
Round 1 second. We're in Mississauga, by the way. Okay, we should know that, right? And sir, while you're here, not only just the Pakistanis, we are coming into your party and they're doing it. We have a great friend from the Indian community. Rajendra, please come on stage for a second. She's doing a great job. She is also getting a full support from the community. Rajendra Menas, please hello. Thank you everybody, and sir, thank you very much for coming. So thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Huh?
Thank you so much, everyone. I would like to take this moment to recognize all the media we have here. Special thanks to 770 AM, Metro World 1 News, and our official photographer, Mr. Sabir Gaya. Thank you so much. I have seen that a lot of you guys are enjoying the sit-down dinner from the 4 provinces, and what better than to have music along with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce on stage Rahmat, who's going to perform a song for us, which will be a tribute to Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Rahmat.
But you're gonna sit for a few minutes, eh? Yeah, just have to sit.
Assalamualaikum Khawatine Hazrat, Jashn Azadi aap sabko mubarak ho. Aur I know you guys are eating, so Assalamualaikum. और मैं एक पश्तो गाना आप सबके लिए पेश करूँगा जैसा मैंने सनोबाजी से प्रॉमिस किया था और सबको भी प्रॉमिस किया था मैंने और अपना प्रॉमिस निभाया जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि हम पठाने और ज़रूर वादा अपना करेंगे नहीं. So please enjoy this beautiful Pashto number and your food as well. Thank you.
बीबी शीरीने सिरकुले रवान देवा जबसुर शाह जोड़ा ना सुना बीबी शीरीने बीबी शीरीने सिरकुले रवान देवा जबसुर शाह जोड़ा ना सुना बीबी शीरीने बीबी शीरीने जनाज़े मालक माशूम गए माता पयो खबर असल कसम मुखरीना बीबी जनाज़े मालक माशूम गए माता पयो खबर असल कसम मुखरीना बीबी शीरीने बीबी शीरीने बीबी शीरीने सिरकुले रवान देवा जबसुर शाह जोड़ा ना सुना बीबी शीरीने बीबी शीरीने तेरी यादों दिल का चैन दिल का सकून रातों नहीं रह पाऊंगा मैं दूर तुमसे ओ दिल भर जाना ओ दिल भर जाना बीबी शीरीने जान मेरी करूं नजराना तेरे सर की कसम है दिल ये मेरा तेरा दीवाना बीबी शीरीने सिरकुले रवान देवा जबसुर शाह जोड़ा ना सुना बीबी शीरीने 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 बीबी शीरीने
Thank you so much, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Thank you so much, Ahmed. We're going to have a very important personality up on stage now who's going to do a short presentation for us all. He is the president and CEO of the first privately owned CIDC insured Canadian Bank. He was also honored with the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal for community services and contributions made to the South Asian communities in Canada. Please welcome on stage Mr. Muslim Hassan of the Habib Canadian Bank.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Honorable dignitaries, Chief Guest Mr. S.M. Munir Baijan, respected colleagues, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor to be part of this 70th Independence Day celebration of Pakistan. This is an opportunity for all of us to gather together and remember the struggle of our forefathers and all the hard work and sacrifice that went into the creation of Pakistan. As you all know, this event would not be possible without the hard work and dedication of Amir Shamsi and his team, and most of all, his better half, Zainab, who has worked tirelessly and put this wonderful event together. So give them all a good hand. Let me tell you a little historical event that took place at the time of Pakistan's creation. As some of you may be aware, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Muhammad Ali Habib, one of the founders of Habib Bank Limited, were good friends. When Pakistan was created, it urgently needed funds to run the country, as the Bank of India, who was holding 900 million rupees for Pakistan, was unable to provide Pakistan with the funds. As there being no other bank in Pakistan, he asked his good friend Muhammad Ali Habib for assistance. In response, Mr. Habib presented Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah with a blank check drawn on Lloyd's Bank of England and told him to write whatever amount he thinks he needs for Pakistan to run. The guy wrote a figure of 80 million rupees at that time, and you can imagine that's a lot of money in those days. And now that event has become part of the historical support that the Habib family provided to Pakistan and continues to do so to this day. Now you must be wondering if the Habib family also helped the individuals. Well, at the time of independence, there was chaos and everything was in an uproar. Banks and businesses were closed. People were trying to save their lives. They were trying to gather belongings and move thousands of miles to a new country that had just been created called Pakistan. To assist our people, Habib Bank kept a window open in one of the buildings on the first floor and spread the word that if people wanted to move money to Pakistan, they should go there in the night, put their name and make it into a bundle and throw it into the window at night so that nobody gets suspicious of what's going on. Thus, every night people would put their savings together, put their money, put their name on it, and toss the money through the bank's window. The bank staff would come in the morning, record the names and the amounts with complete detail. To this day, there is not a single person who can claim that the money that was thrown into the bank at night was not returned to them when they moved to Pakistan. This is the principle of blind trust and integrity that our bank is based on and still honors to this day. Those of you who don't know me, I am Muslim Hassan, the President and CEO of Habib Canadian Bank. Out of curiosity, I just want to ask you guys, how many of you have a bank account in Canada? Just raise your hands. That's the only few people have bank accounts in Canada? That's not possible. Once again, how many people have bank accounts in Canada? Okay, now how many of you have an account with Habib Canadian Bank? I can see a few, right? That's good. Thank you very much for having accounts with us. Looks like we have a lot of opportunity here. A lot of you don't have accounts with us, so I would request you to, come to our bank. We have 3 branches, one in Mississauga, one in Scarborough, one in Brampton, and see how we can help each other, and we can grow the bank for you. Just to give you a little brief about Habib Canadian Bank, it's a 100% owned subsidiary of Habib Bank AG Zurich, a bank owned by the original Habib family and incorporated in Switzerland. HBS also has a bank in Pakistan under the name of Habib Metropolitan Bank. As the name suggests, the bank is owned by the Habib family and was instrumental in the establishment of Pakistan and its banking system at the time of independence. Habib Canadian Bank has been in Canada for 17 years now and is here to serve you in Canada and around the world. We are located in 8 countries and have a complement of 380 branches around the world. The bank is listed in the 700 banks, the top banks of the world, and has an asset base of $10 billion and employs over 5,000 people. Some of the countries that we are located in include Canada, Pakistan, UAE, UK, Switzerland, South Africa, Kenya, and Hong Kong. We are a full-service bank in Canada and are also CIDC insured. I would like to encourage you all to drop by at our branches, which are conveniently located, and see how we can fulfill your banking needs. Once again, I would like to thank Amir and his team for organizing this wonderful function, and I would like to thank you all for joining us to celebrate the 70th Independence Day of Pakistan. May Allah bless you all. Pakistan is Zindabad. Now I have a little token of appreciation for some of the people here. So I'm going to have Amir and Zainab to please come on stage, and we can call them.
Can I please have the following people on stage so that Mr. Hassan can give them the wonderful tokens he has brought. Can I please have on stage Mr. S.M. Munir, Mr. Patrick Brown, Mr. Shakir Rahmatullah, Mr. Amir Shamsi, Senator Salma Ataullah Jan, MP Ikra Khalid, MPP Deepika Demirla, and Dr. Shafiq Qadri. Could you please come on stage so that Mr. Hassan can give you the token he's brought? And Mr. Parvez Akhtar as well. Can I please have all of you on stage?
Shakir is asking question, Muslim bhai. Shakir, Muslim bhai, is he gold or gold plated? And we save best for the last. Thank you very much. Mr. Brown, so thank you for coming today. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
दिखाई देता है.
Since we're taking this moment to give out certificates and laurels, I would like to ask MPP Ikra Khalid if she could remain on stage and give out the certificates she has brought for us.
I'm back! Hi everybody! Are you enjoying your dinner? Can we have a round of applause for Capital Banquet Hall? Was dinner not good? Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, go Capital! So I am here right now with Paijan to present some tokens of appreciation for the fantastic efforts of our great community members and the work that they do, specifically in how they helped out with this event. So first, I'd like to invite up Mr. Shams Rahman of Pads Promo. Mr. Shams Rahman. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I know that you just presented me with a token of appreciation. I would like to claim honor and if any of you are looking for Sharia banking and Canadian banking here in Canada, please do look up Mr. Muslim and the Habib Bank of Canada or Pakistan.